farmers market off of the farm have been really, really poorly attended. And we just kind of put it out there, hey, what's missing? What's going on? And
trying to get the comments on.
okay, well,
I'm listening. Go on.
okay. Well, we're going to need to read comments from the post too. That's actually more important.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Sorry, she doesn't know what's going on.
All right, I'll get to the post. It's okay. You keep talking.
Okay, so we put up a thread on Facebook asking, hey, what do you guys think's going on? What's keeping you from coming? And it was really, really interesting. It was probably one of the best commented posts we've had in a long time. I think there's about 150 comments. Let me go through some of the comments here, and some of the stuff I'm going to give you a little bit of feedback on them. One of the comments, Jessica Evans said, I think this year everything has been so short with weekends between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Just everything feels a lot more crammed in. That's completely possible. What do you think?
Well, it is coming fast and furious.
Yeah, I don't know that it's any more crammed in than a normal holiday. It's always crammed in. So,
but maybe different things. As your kids get older, you get more activities, more things happening. So that could be a part of it for different families.
Okay. Eliza Rose said, sometimes we don't see the event till later on in the day and it's too late. My family would love to attend. So this comment, we got a lot of comments like that. Basically what's going on is we do much of our marketing over Facebook right now. And we just always traditionally have. That's where we started doing our events and everything. And it's kind of we do some other stuff too on Instagram and Twitter, but just not a huge amount compared to what we do on Facebook. And the algorithm on Facebook is really, really punishing small business these days. And people simply aren't seeing what we post. And something I want you guys to know, I had a number of comments on here that maybe you need to pay to promote some of the events. I got to tell you, we do pay to promote the events. We put hundreds and hundreds of dollars into paying to promote an event like this Big Santa one because we're not getting the spread out there, and we know you guys aren't seeing it. But even with that, we're just eating dirt. People just aren't seeing it. So we're going to be doing some new things to try to counteract that trend because it's been something we've been dealing with for the last couple years as Facebook monetizes all spread. That's how Facebook is a $1 billion business right now, is not on the little guy. It's collecting all your guys' information. Every like that you hit, everything you comment on, it catalogs all that stuff and it sells it to businesses. And it is also lessened the spread of small business posts way down, and they want you to pay for it all. So that's been a continual problem. So we're going to be doing some different things. We're going to be trying to. We have an email list and we have a text alert list that we're going to be promoting in the next couple days on here. If you go to the website to AmadioRanch.com and click on the sign up for email newsletter, that would really be helpful because, like I said, a ton of people just are absolutely not seeing our events. They're not seeing our stuff. And even when we pay for it, they just aren't seeing it still. So a lot of the comments were that we had a competing event over at Heritage that was a helicopter Santa thing. That may have been the problem, but I got to tell you, we've competed against that event in the past and had absolutely no problem. So
different year. Different turnout.
Different year, different turnout. It's not that the helicopter event isn't a good event. It's a good event, but there's a lot of people out here.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people for both events, and they're just not showing up. And for what it's worth, we talked to the people that did the event over at Heritage, and they said their attendance was down this year too. So let's go through a few more. Let's see here. We had a lot of comments about that our hours. We do the farmers market and the Santa event from 8 o'clock till 1 o'clock, and a lot of comments about that it's not late enough, that people can't get up that early, and There's a number of reasons we do it that early. All farmers markets are done 8 to 1 in town. Can you think of a single one that isn't 8 o'clock?
Only the Tempe one. The one in downtown Tempe.
Yeah, but that's not really, it's not hardly a farmer's market.
It's more of a craft.
It's more of an art
arts
fair.
festival.
But all farmers markets are traditionally done 8 to 1. And the other thing you need to know about our schedule is that we have trucks that go out on those Saturdays, and they go out first thing in the morning. They usually leave here by about 6 o'clock in the morning, and they're back by about 1:30 or 2. And we need to have our events finished up so we can bring those trucks back in, get them unpacked and everything else. So that's kind of traditionally why we've done that. But something I want to tell you that we're listening. We're going to try something different. We talked to our Santa, and we're going to change this next event that's happening this Saturday from 8 to 1 to 8 to 2. So if you're having a problem getting out there by 1, we're going to extend it for an hour. Come on out and see us. We really, really need your support. Let me go through a few more here. So the main thing on the poll, the polls on Facebook are funny these days. They only let you have 2 options. So it's almost like a yes-no thing.
And they only let you have so many words in the option.
Right.
So option 1 can only have 25 characters or something like that.
So let me read you the question we asked here. So the question we asked was that we need your help and I need honest answers. In the past years, our Free Santa event had been some of our biggest events of the year, packed with people having a great time. This year, we're putting on an amazing spread of vendors, better food options, better shopping options, same amazing Santa and Mrs. Claus, but people aren't showing up. We need to understand what's missing, because at this level of attendance that we're getting right now, it's not worth doing it in the future. Facebook only lets us have 2 poll answers, but please, if you don't see what you want to say, just go ahead and post below. So the question we're asking is, why is attendance down at the farmer's market? And the two poll answers we put up were because it's not at the farm, and the other one was because there's better events elsewhere. And let me kind of read what the breakdown. So 44 people voted that it's because it's not at the farm anymore. 18 people voted that there's better events elsewhere. Kind of how we look at that thing. Well, number one, we want them at the farm. It wasn't our doing to not have them at the farm. We're working really, really hard to get them back at the farm, but it's a process, and I can't control it. I mean, we always wanted to have them at the farm, but we do think that the option down there at the Levine Education Center, 5001 West Dobbins, just down the street from us, is a great option, and it has things that we can't do here at the farm too. So I don't think it's a bad venue. Yeah, you aren't here with the livestock, and you aren't here with the hay pyramid and the different things we can, but I can't do anything about that right now. I'm working on it, guys. So maybe that's some of it. I don't know. Better events elsewhere. We had some competing events, but that's never been a problem in the past. So let me read through a few other ones here. Weather was one that people brought up. And, it was kind of cloudy, but we didn't see any rain. It's possible it had something to do with it.
Right, because sometimes, especially people are coming from different parts of the valley,
yeah.
It could be cloudy, but they don't know if it's rainy here or not.
Right.
And we didn't have any rain, but it could have, it was a little threatening. So that's, unfortunately that happens. And that always does affect attendance.
Yeah, it stunk. But, you plan these things 6 months in advance. I mean, we booked our Santa 6 months ago.
Yeah, July.
Yeah, you
we
have
booked
to.
him in July.
Good Santas, you got to book like almost a year ahead of time. I mean, he's already taken bookings for next year. So you got to book them early, and that's what you can do. Let me see here. People talked about there was a soccer tournament that was going on.
Right.
People been sick with the flu. Kind of along that lines. Do you think we covered just about everything?
I think you've got it all.
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. A couple things I've already listed that we're going to do different for this Saturday to see if we can get you guys to come out and show up. Is number one, we're going to go later. We're going to go till 2 o'clock. It's going to be kind of a push to be able to get our trucks back in, but we're going to go to 2 o'clock. So for you guys that do not get up early, we're here till 2 o'clock. I can't imagine anybody not being able to make it by 2 o'clock.
No, well,
but we're early risers, so I guess maybe we don't see that all. And no competing events in Laveen this weekend.
Not
that I'm aware.
not that we know of.
Not we know of. Remember that our Santa is a top of the line Santa. He's probably one of the best in the state. And coming out to see them, of course, is completely free. Bring your own camera. Take your own pictures. People are posting amazing pictures. Mm-hmm. So please come out and see them.
And you don't only get Santa, but you get Mrs. Claus too. I'm sorry.
So, and what else are we changing?
Well, we're going till 2.
Going till 2. We're going to have...
We've got even more vendors than even last week. We've got a few, they couldn't make it this last Saturday, but they're coming this coming Saturday. So we've got a lot of great vendors coming in. A lot of new options for things for shopping ideas.
Yeah, ton of great vendors right now, you guys. Just ton. And we have some performing artists that come out. Danny, that does the spray paint art, comes out and does art right there. And he's terrific, you guys. There's a ton to see that the performance art that we're doing out there. We also have a local dance troupe that's going to come out and entertain the crowd.
At about 11:30, Santa will take a little lunch break and a little nap because he needs to recharge. And during that time, we've got a dance group that's going to perform. So they'll put on a little dance number to keep you entertained while you're waiting for Santa.
And keep in mind, we've got great food options for lunch out there. We've got our pulled pork booth, pulled pork and cheesesteaks, pretzels, nachos, all that kind of stuff.
Cotton candy, kettle corn, pie in a jar.
Pie in a jar. We've got our hot dog vendor, Jersey Shore hot dogs. Yep. We've got our amazing Indian fry bread vendor,
fry bread and burritos.
So tons of great food options for you guys. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's about. We just kind of wanted to come on and talk with you guys and see what you thought. Let me log on to the video and see who's talking and see what's going on there.
If there's any questions we need to answer from there. Instagram, we're covered. Everybody's just waving at us.
Angie says she's coming back this Saturday. That's about the only...
and Miss Amy, Queen of Laveen, will be there. Yep. She wasn't there this last Saturday, but she will be this one. So, of course, if you just didn't come because she wasn't there, that'll solve all your problems.
Well, we really appreciate your support. Getting people to show up at these is really, really important because while they're free to you guys, they're not at all free to us. It costs us a ton to put on these things. To hire our 16-year-olds, and we'll have, generally about 6 or 7 16-year-olds that we hire. It's a long day. It's a 10-hour day. They get paid $10 an hour. Add that up. That's about $700 of cost just in them, plus all the prep work and everything else. This is an expensive venture to put on for you guys. And unfortunately, when we have low attendance, like for the last 2, what's happened is we've lost money for the day. And we simply can't keep on putting on events that nobody shows up to and lose money on. We can't. I don't mind not making much, but losing money ain't gonna work. So we really need you guys to show up. We need you guys to come out and support local Laveen. And
share it. Share the information. Yeah. Maybe you can't make it, but maybe by you sharing it, your neighbor will see and be like, oh, hey, that sounds like fun. Let's go. Yeah. So you never know who you might be able to spread the word to, and they might spread it from someone else to more people, and that's just how it grows. And that's where we need your support more than anything. Is please just share the event. Comment that you're going or that at least you're interested, and then that puts it up in your newsfeed. All those things help us a lot.
Yeah. And if you have school groups that you can talk to or anything like that to help us get the word out, because like I said, the double whammy is at this moment, Facebook's also not really spreading our stuff around, even when we pay for it. And we pay through the nose to have them help spread this around, and they still really aren't. And so we really need you guys' help to make this thing work. Laveen's always been a hard place to have a farmer's market. Since we had to move it down to the school education center, it's expensive to do because now we have a facilities fee. And it's just a more expensive event, and we really need people to show up and support us on this thing.
Right.
All right. I think that's about it.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate all your support that you do give us.
Yes,
we really do love you all.
Yeah, you guys. You guys are the reason that we do it. We wouldn't do it obviously, we couldn't afford to do it without you guys. And we really appreciate you guys showing up. And I know you guys over the years have really, really shown up. And this has just been a challenging thing with this move and trying to make this work over there. It's been really, really hard. It was not something we were interested in doing, but the government had other plans for us. So here we are. Let's make it work, Levine. It's either that or nothing.
Right. Keep us going, please.
All right. You guys have a good night. Thank you for watching.
Good night.